I am logged in and started my stream. All of you watching, we're going to try to get this rare spawn boss in Fellwood. Should be a chill farming session.
There's someone following you.
What? Where? Oh, that's just another player. Probably farming the same thing. It's fine. What the? He just attacked me. Okay, I'll fight back. Are you kidding me? He was like 10 levels higher. That's whatever. I'll respawn.
He's at the graveyard waiting for you.
How do you know that? Are you? Oh no. Is he watching the stream? Yep, he's stream sniping. He killed me the second I rezzed. Chat, stop telling him where I am.
We're not telling him. He's literally watching your stream. He's in your chat right now. His name is Sniper God in chat.
Okay, I'm going to a different zone. Let's lose this guy. All right, we're in a completely different zone now. No way he followed me here. How? How is he here already? This zone is on the other side of the continent?
Dude, he can see where you're flying on stream. You showed the map. He knows exactly where you went. This is going to be a long stream.
You know what? Fine. He wants to stream snipe? Let's see how long he can keep this up. Okay, chat, I can't complete any content. I've died 47 times. I'm gonna have to end stream early. This is just not fun anymore.
Don't let him win. Just play a different game. This is why big streamers use delay.
I'll see you guys tomorrow, hopefully without a personal stalker.
Welcome back to MMO Madness Behind the Troll Mask. I'm Boss Mode, and today we're talking about stream sniping, using someone's live broadcast as a targeting system to hunt, grief, or hijack their content. This is griefing in the streaming age. Let's explore how transparency became a weapon. Before we get into infamous snipers, let's break down what stream sniping actually is and what makes it different from regular griefing. Stream sniping is when someone watches another player's live stream to gain information about their location, actions, or plans, then uses that information to interact with them in-game, usually to kill them, grief them, or insert themselves into the stream. The key difference from regular griefing is information asymmetry. In normal gameplay, both players have the same information. In stream sniping, the sniper can see everything the streamer sees: their map, their inventory, their chat, their plans. They have perfect intel while the streamer is playing normally. There are different types of stream sniping. There's hostile sniping, tracking a streamer to repeatedly kill them, camp them, or prevent them from completing content. This is pure harassment using the stream as a tracking device. There's content sniping, inserting yourself into a stream to get attention, say things on camera, or become a part of the broadcast. These snipers want exposure. They're using the streamer's audience as a platform for themselves. There's competitive sniping, using stream information to gain unfair advantage in competitive play. Knowing exactly where your opponent is, what weapons they have, what their strategy is, this is essentially cheating using publicly available information. And there's friendly sniping, trying to interact with a streamer to give them items, help them, or just meet them. The content is positive, but it's still using stream information unfairly. And even friendly sniping can become annoying when 50 people are trying to help and overwhelming the streamer. What makes stream sniping particularly insidious is the streamers are choosing transparency. They're broadcasting their gameplay to build a community and entertain people. Stream snipers weaponize that transparency. Streamers face a dilemma. They can add stream delay to prevent sniping, but delays kill chat interaction. If your chat sees something happen and their message arrives 30 seconds later, the conversation feels disconnected. Many streamers choose real-time interaction over protection. The scale matters too. A small streamer might get sniped occasionally and it's annoying. A big streamer with 10,000 plus viewers will have dozens of snipers in every game. It becomes impossible to play normally. Their gameplay experience is fundamentally different from regular players because they're always being hunted. And there's the content destruction aspect. Streamers are trying to create entertaining content. Stream snipers are actively trying to make that content unwatchable. Death screens, corpse camping, constant interruptions. This ruins the viewer experience and makes streaming difficult or impossible. Some snipers rationalize it as they chose to stream without delay. That's on them. But that's like saying you left your door unlocked, so it's your fault I robbed you. The opportunity to grief doesn't make griefing acceptable. The psychology is interesting. Snipers get to play with or against someone they watch. They're on stream. They're part of the content. They're noticed. For some, that attention is the entire goal. For others, it's about power. I can ruin your day and there's nothing you can do about it. Stream sniping also creates metagaming problems. In competitive games, knowing your opponent's exact location and loadout is game-breaking. In open-world games, being able to track someone across the map removes any possibility of escape. The game's design assumes you don't have perfect information about other players, but snipers do. And it's technically not against most games' TOS. Using publicly available information isn't cheating in the traditional sense. Some games have added stream sniping to their harassment policies, but enforcement is difficult. How do you prove someone is watching a stream versus just happening to find the person repeatedly? All right, let's get into the stories. These are stream sniping operations that became infamous for their persistence, creativity, or sheer audacity. Shroud was one of the biggest PUBG streamers, regularly polling 30,000 plus viewers. And with that audience came an army of stream snipers. Every single game, dozens of players would drop in the same location as Shroud, specifically to try to find and kill him. But it wasn't just individual snipers, they coordinated. They'd work together to surround him, cut off escape routes, and overwhelm him with numbers. They'd communicate in Discord, watch his stream, and execute coordinated attacks. Some games, Shroud would land and immediately get rushed by 20 plus stream snipers. He'd kill 15 of them because he was incredibly skilled, but eventually the numbers would overwhelm him. It became a constant battle against an army that had perfect information. The interesting thing is that this actually made his streams more entertaining. Shroud would become famous partly for his ability to fight off hordes of stream snipers. His skill was so high that even with the information disadvantage, he'd often win. The snipers became content. But it also meant he couldn't play PUBG casually. Every game was maximum intensity. He couldn't try new strategies or relax because he was always fighting for survival against people who knew exactly where he was. Eventually, the constant sniping contributed to Shroud burning out on PUBG. He moved to other games partly because PUBG had become Fight Stream Sniper Simulator instead of an actual battle royale. Asmongold is one of the biggest WoW streamers. When he plays on live servers, stream sniping reaches ridiculous levels. Hundreds of players follow him everywhere, trying to get on the stream, trade him items, or just exist in his presence. This creates massive server lag because 200 plus players are concentrated in one area. It makes questing impossible because every mob is killed instantly by followers. It turns the game into a parade simulator. But the hostile snipers are worse. They'll do everything possible to grief him. They'll train mobs to him, block NPCs with mammoths, spam trade windows, dual spam, follow him on opposite faction characters, and kill him repeatedly. One famous incident had a stream sniper follow Asmongold for 8 hours straight, doing nothing but spit emote on him repeatedly for 8 hours. The dedication to harassment was absurd. Asmongold has adapted by embracing the chaos. He uses stream snipers as content, makes events out of it, and plays on servers where he expects it. But it means he can never have a normal WoW experience. He's always performing, always dealing with snipers. The stream sniping got so bad that Asmongold had to create multiple secret characters on different servers just to play the game normally off stream. On stream, it's always chaos. This one crosses into actual cheating territory. During a Fortnite tournament with money on the line, a competitor was stream sniping other players to gain competitive advantage. They'd have the tournament streams open on a second monitor. They'd track where top players were landing, what loot they had, and what their rotations were. Then they'd position themselves to ambush or avoid these players strategically. This is different from casual stream sniping because there's money involved. Using stream information in a competitive tournament is cheating, even if the streams are publicly available. The player got caught because their gameplay was too perfect. They consistently knew where opponents were without any in-game information to justify that knowledge. They were banned from competitive Fortnite, and several other esport organizations blacklisted them. Their career was essentially over because they couldn't resist the temptation to check streams during tournament play. This showed the dark side of stream sniping. When it's used for competitive advantage with real money stakes, it's not just griefing anymore, it's fraud. EVE Online had a player who made hunting streamers their entire gameplay. They'd watch multiple EVE streams simultaneously looking for targets. When they found a streamer in space, especially one hauling valuable cargo, they'd hunt them down. They became so good at it that streamers learned to fear this player. Don't stream while hauling, Swatmouth is online. They were a boogeyman in the EVE streaming community. What made this interesting is EVE's design. The game is built around information warfare and espionage. Stream sniping is just another form of intel gathering, and in EVE, that's considered legitimate gameplay. The hunter wasn't breaking rules, they were using publicly available information to find targets. But they were doing it so effectively that it made streaming certain EVE activities basically impossible. Some streamers started using significant delays, but in EVE, delay doesn't always help. The hunter would watch where they were 5 minutes ago, plot likely routes, and still find them. They understood travel patterns well enough to predict movement. Eventually, this player became semi-famous in the EVE community. They were respected for their skill even as streamers hated them. They turned stream sniping into an art form. Tyler One, a huge League of Legends streamer, has dealt with constant stream sniping. But in League, stream sniping is different. It's about getting into his games and then either trolling or trying too hard. Snipers would queue at the same time as Tyler won, trying to get into his match. If they got on his team, they'd either intentionally feed to make him lose or they'd try to help disruptive ways. If they got on the enemy team, they'd target him specifically, camp his lane, and coordinate with teammates to make his game miserable. They knew his champion, his position, his plans from the stream. Tyler 1 responded with increasingly creative anti-sniping measures. He faked queue timings, he'd hide champion select, he'd use VPNs to mask his region. It became a cat and mouse game. But the snipers adapted too. They'd watch for patterns, use multiple accounts to increase odds of getting in his games, and coordinate on Discord. It became an arms race. The stream sniping got so bad that Tyler 1 climbing to challenger rank took significantly longer than it should because he was fighting snipers in every game who had perfect information about his strategy. Rust is particularly vulnerable to stream sniping because bases are persistent and locations are visible on stream. Multiple streamers have had their bases raided by snipers who watch streams to find exact coordinates. One streamer spent 40 hours building an elaborate hidden base in a remote part of the map. They were careful not to show the map or any landmarks on stream, but they got sniped anyway. How? The sniper analyzed the environment, trees, rocks, terrain features. They triangulated the location from background details the streamer didn't think to hide. Then they raided the base while the streamer was offline. When the streamer came back to a completely destroyed base, they were devastated. Weeks of work gone because someone dedicated hours to analyzing their stream footage for location cues. This led to Rust streamers using extreme measures, green screens to hide backgrounds, constant map hiding. Some stopped streaming Rust entirely because the stream sniping made it unplayable. The snipers would brag about their raids, posting clips, and explaining how they found the bases. It became a competition to see who could snipe the most elaborate streamer bases. When Among Us blew up, stream sniping became a major problem. Public lobbies meant anyone could join if they knew the code, and streamers had to show the code on stream for viewers. Snipers would join lobbies, watch the stream, and then either cheat by knowing who the imposter was, or deliberately throw to make the streamer lose, or just cause chaos. Some snipers would join as crewmate, watch the stream to know who the imposter was, then intentionally vote wrong to help the imposter win. Or they join as imposter and know exactly what the streamer knew, making them impossible to catch. This killed public Among Us streaming for a while. Streamers had to switch to private lobbies with verified players only. The open, anyone can join nature of the game became impossible to stream. The developers added account systems and better lobby controls, partially because stream sniping was such a problem. Stream snipers were affecting the game's viability as streaming content. So, what drives people to stream snipe? What's the psychology behind using someone's broadcast as a weapon or attention-seeking tool? First, there's the attention motivation. Stream snipers want to be noticed. They want to be on stream, acknowledged by the streamer, and seen by thousands of viewers. Even negative attention, the streamer raging at them, is attention. They're willing to be the villain if it means being seen. For some, it's their 15 minutes of fame. They'll never be popular streamers themselves, but they can insert themselves into a popular stream. "I killed that famous streamer" becomes a story they tell, a clip they share, proof they mattered for a moment. Second, there's a power trip. You have perfect information and your target doesn't. You can track them anywhere, predict their moves, counter their strategies. You're playing a game they can't win. That power imbalance is intoxicating for people who feel powerless elsewhere. Third, there's the challenge factor. Can I outsmart their anti sniping measures? Can I find them even when they're hiding? Can I ruin their stream despite their best efforts? It becomes a meta game that's more interesting than the actual game. Fourth, there's resentment. Some snipers resent streamers for being successful, popular, or making money from gaming. Why do they get to be famous when I'm nobody? The sniping is punishing success out of jealousy. Fifth, there's the community aspect. Stream snipers often coordinate in Discord or chats. They're bonding with other snipers over their shared activity. It's social connection through collective harassment. And sixth, there's simply entertainment. For some snipers, it's just funny, watching a streamer die repeatedly, hearing them rage, seeing chat react. That's entertaining to them. They're treating someone else's frustration as their content. What's interesting is how snipers rationalize their behavior. They chose to stream without delay. It's publicly available information. They're making money. They can handle it. I'm just playing the game. These rationalizations help them avoid feeling guilty. But they know what they're doing. They're deliberately using stream information to grief, harass, or gain advantage. The rationalizations are just psychological cover for behavior they know is wrong. Some snipers even get offended when streamers complain. Don't stream if you can't handle it. They shift responsibility to the victim as if choosing to broadcast means accepting harassment. So, how do streamers try to prevent or minimize stream sniping? And why do these methods often fail? The first method is stream delay. Add 30 to 60 seconds between gameplay and broadcast. By the time snipers see your location, you've already moved. This works, but it kills real-time chat interaction, which is crucial for smaller streamers. The problem? In slower games, delay doesn't help much. And big streamers can't add delay without losing the spontaneity that makes their streams engaging. Second is hiding information. Cover the minimap. Hide usernames. Don't show queue timers or zone names. It makes it harder for snipers to find you. Problem is, this makes the stream less informative for viewers. People want to see the map, know where you are, understand the context. And dedicated snipers can still find you from environmental cues. Third is playing on alternate accounts that aren't publicly known. Stream on a secret character so snipers can't search for your name. The problem is, this only works until the account gets discovered. And for big streamers, the account gets found quickly because someone in chat will recognize and share it. Fourth is region hopping. Play on different servers or regions than usual. Snipers won't know which one to queue on. Problem is, this increases latency and can put you in games with different skill levels. And again, snipers adapt. They'll queue on multiple regions simultaneously. Fifth is the embrace it strategy, except that stream sniping will happen and turn it into content. Make it a part of the show. This is what Shroud or Asmongold would do. The problem, this only works if you're skilled enough and popular enough that the chaos is entertaining. For most streamers, constant sniping just makes them unwatchable. Sixth is the legal action or platform bans. report snipers for harassment, get them banned from Twitch or the game. The problem proving stream sniping is difficult. You need evidence that they were watching the stream and using that information maliciously. And bans just lead to alt accounts. And seventh is community defense. Build a community of viewers who will help defend you, counter snipe the snipers, or provide intel on known snipers. The problem is this creates a weird parasocial army situation and doesn't stop determined snipers. It can also escalate into harassment campaigns against suspected snipers. The fundamental problem is that streaming requires transparency, and snipers exploit that transparency. You can minimize it, but you can't eliminate it without fundamentally changing how streaming works. Some games have tried to help, adding streamer modes that hide information, creating anti-stream sniping detection, enforcing stricter harassment policies. But these are all band-aids on a structural problem. The streamers who handle it best are those who accept it as part of streaming and either work around it or make it a part of their brand. But for many streamers, especially smaller ones trying to grow, stream sniping is a career-limiting problem they can't solve. Here's where it gets weird. Sometimes stream snipers become content themselves, even getting famous or building their own audiences through sniping. Some stream snipers become recurring characters on streams. In Shroud's PUBG era, certain snipers were so persistent and recognizable that chat would celebrate when they appeared. It's Backstabber again. They became part of the show. A few of these snipers parlayed their stream appearances into their own streaming careers. I'm the guy who killed Backstabber 100 times. That recognition got them viewers. They built brands on being famous snipers. This creates a perverse incentive structure. Stream sniping can be a path to fame, and a streaming career. Successfully harassing a big streamer can make you known. That's backwards, but it happens. Some streamers even hired or befriended their persistent snipers. You're going to snipe me anyway. Might as well make it content together. The enemy became the ally, and the content became collaborative. But this also normalized stream sniping. When big streamers laugh about their snipers and make them into characters, it signals that sniping is acceptable or even celebrated. Smaller streamers don't have the luxury of finding it funny. There's also the sniper versus sniper meta. When multiple snipers are hunting the same streamer, they fight each other. The streamer becomes incidental to the sniper war. This is entertaining but bizarre. The game has become secondary to the metagame. The weirdest evolution is when streamers started deliberately baiting snipers for content. Come find me. Let's see if you can kill me. It becomes a collaborative entertainment where the sniping is expected as part of the show. But this only works at the highest level. For most streamers, sniping is still just harassment that ruins their ability to create content and grow their channel. Stream sniping is griefing adapted for streaming age. It weaponizes transparency and turns a streamer's openness against them. If you're a stream sniper, understand that you're not clever or funny. You're exploiting public broadcasts to harass people trying to entertain and build communities. The attention you get isn't respect, it's notoriety for being a pest. And if you're a streamer, know that sniping comes with the territory. You can minimize it, but you can't eliminate it. The best defense is building a community that values you enough to help protect you. Stream sniping shows how gaming culture struggles with the ethics and public information. Just because you can watch a stream and use that information doesn't mean you should. Transparency is a gift streamers give their communities, not the vulnerability to exploit. Next week on MMO Madness Behind the Troll Mask, we're diving into our season finale, The Troll Who Went Too Far, Real World Consequences. We're talking about trolls who crossed from virtual harassment into real world crime, swatting incidents, doxing that ruined lives, and when online behavior became actual legal trouble. You definitely don't want to miss it. If you enjoyed this episode, please like, share, and support the podcast. And if you've got a stream sniping story, hunted, or the hunter, email us at podcast@mmomadness.com. Until then, stream responsibly, play fair, and remember, being on camera doesn't mean being a target. I'm Boss Mode, and thanks for listening.